In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Dear listener, please note that a pre-recorded session will be uploaded on Spotify at the end of the live session. No live calls and interactions will be available on Spotify.
You tuned into Balls and Tees.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another hot-heated episode. This is the one and only Tony Tone, the magician, a boy with a lot of flair. I am a classic man, and I just want to say it feels so good to be behind this microphone on a Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who have been following us, I just want to say thank you so much for your support from the get-go. You've been with us, and we are because of you. And then secondly, for those who caught up with us along the line, I just want to say thank you. It has been a great journey, and I just want to say, man, without you guys, there is no us. So for those who only started joining us today, I just want to go through what we actually do here at Balls and Tees. This is the number one golf podcast there is worldwide, and man, if you want to talk social golf, this is the only place that you gotta be. So here's the drill. We're gonna go for a 2-minute break, and then that break is basically for you to prepare yourself and to make sure that you are in a comfortable space. So you're gonna get yourself a warm cup of coffee or tea or anything that you find warm around you, and then you're going to get that fleece blanket as well as the heater, and then you're going to remain seated for as long as you can, because today we are going to have a very, very interesting conversation with someone who does not need any form of introduction, and that is the CEO of Black Business Council. So we're going to go for that 2 minutes, and then when I come back, my guest is already waiting for me, and man, am I so happy to have had this opportunity to speak to Mr. Matabane. So let's go for 2 minutes, get yourself something warm, and then when you come back, we're going to get right into it. The Magician.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you, listen, man, today you don't want to miss the episode. You don't want to miss anything about today, because it's going to be a fun-filled conversation. And as I said, the individual that we're having a chat with today does not need any form of introduction. He is the CEO of the Black Business Council, and we'll be talking about how to transform the golfing space. So, ladies and gentlemen, over the past weekend, I didn't get to play any form of golf, but you know what? Even if I don't play, I certainly do something that's golf related. And what I did was have a chat with a couple of people who are in the social golfing space, and yeah, I'll share a bit more about that later on. And I got to watch Charlie Woods. He didn't have the best rounds of golf over the weekend, but yeah, these things happen. His dad was there to support him, and listen, man, the gentleman will remain as gentle as possible when it comes to the sport, and I like the fact that he's continuously pushing his son beyond his limits. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I just want to introduce the Ntate Khanki Matabane, who is the CEO of the Black Business Council. Mr. Matabane, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you, Mr. Mulo?
I'm good, thank you, sir. You're speaking to the one and only magician, Tony Tone, and thank you for joining us on Balls and Tees in that.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Mm-hmm. And then, Dr. Matabane, before I get into the crux of the matter, I think it's only fair for me to ask you to please reintroduce yourself, although you don't need any form of introduction, but I believe that the news are always best when they come from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, you don't want to misrepresent people. So, my name is Khanki Matabane. I'm the CEO of the Black Business Council, and I'm from Limpopo.
100%.
Yeah, so. I wanted to be very short.
No, that was very short. I was hoping that you'd deliberate on how you actually started getting into golf and what led you to it.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very long story, but I don't even know where to start. But I think I've been very, very, very privileged and fortunate to play different roles. I actually started as a teacher, and I became a teacher not necessarily because I went for training, but because I didn't have money to go to school. So during those days, they were looking for what they call assistant teachers. But not the assistant teachers of the now. The assistant teachers, the proper assistant teachers who were given subject to teach.
Yeah.
And so I was teaching accounting, and maths, and economics.
The most difficult subjects in high school.
Yeah. So I taught for a year, and from there, then I was able to raise enough money for me to be able to pay for my first year. And I went to Haramkua. They are now called what TUT. TUT. But it used to be under Mangope, and so then what happened after I've like raised so much money for first semester. Then first semester I passed, I got the bursary for the second semester.
Oh, lovely.
The following year they were strikes, so Mangope checked us out because I didn't have a what do you call the study permit. And then they decided that my money is finished. Now I've been checked out, but at least I had the good results. So I applied to what is now called UJ. It was technical Witwatersrand then.
Yeah.
And then I got a bursary, and I passed. But during those times, because I didn't have money anyway, I only had money that they paid. I had to find ways of making money. One of them was to work after hours. I was doing stock taking in shops, and I also then worked every Friday, Saturday. I used to work in Eastgate at what was called then Starter Forts. Unfortunately, it closed down at some stage.
Yeah.
But it was it's almost like the Edgars and those type of shops. I think that from there, as they say, the rest is history. And I started working.
Yeah.
I worked in Rustenburg at Anglo Platinum for 5 years. And I came back to Johannesburg, and I've been here since then. But I think I remember when I was in Rustenburg, almost every weekend will come, either will go home or will come to Johannesburg because there was something in Rustenburg that was very interesting. So
Mm.
there was a gap of people. So you find that they were only matriculants
Uh-huh.
and then older people.
Yeah.
So there was a gap in between
Mm-hmm.
because what then happens, people will go to university and then they never come back.
Yeah.
And then we then after university went there. So we couldn't find people who are like our age.
Mm.
So either if you wanted a girlfriend, you'll
You
have a
need to escape.
matriculant or
Yeah.
so yeah, so it was very, 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 very interesting. So most of the time then we will have to go, or otherwise you go to because apartheid just ended then, so you
Mm.
have to go to a pub, and those were African pubs.
Yeah.
But you were risking yourself to be beaten. And I know a few of my friends got beaten.
Oh, no, that's very interesting, and I like the fact that you're having a laugh about it now because people don't understand the transformation that took place from the 80s, 90s to where we are right now. And speaking of Rustenburg, I'm from Rustenburg, and unfortunately, I'm still very junior to you. But I can relate to the idea of majority of the people being either below matric and then the others being elderly citizens. So I can still relate because that's basically the same kind of vibe that Rustenburg has at the moment. So I'm sorry that you had to escape to Johannesburg every weekend.
Yeah, so you find you've got money, but you don't know what to do with your money.
Mm,
You can't go and have a good time
mm,
because those like news cafes and others that are there,
mm,
they were not there that time.
mhm.
Yeah, it was only those corner Afrikaner cafes, not cafes, but pubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things were very, very, very difficult. I remember my first job.
Mm,
I went there like at Anglo. They used to have like training programs. So
mhm,
my first 2 3 years, I was on a training program,
mhm,
going from department to department
mm.
in accounting, like going to payroll, finance.
Oh.
So the first time I answered the phone there,
Mm.
I say hello, Hangi, hello, and the other side said, "Viprat no." And, and I remember when it was my turn to go to payroll, because they used to have what they call senior employees,
Mhm.
which were basically white people, and then junior employees were black. So
Yeah.
they initially refused me going to do payroll for senior employees
Yeah.
because I think they were thinking this Taki. Uh,
How will you cope?
and it is going to be seeing what white people are earning.
Mm.
Because when you're in payroll, inevitably you're going to see the payroll
100%.
of your bosses. And then they were thinking, shit,
Mm.
this can happen. So I remember I used to drink coffee,
Mhm.
and we're like five in the department.
Mm.
So what will happen? I will like we'll make coffee. We'll
Mm.
take turns to make each other coffee.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I was the only black there. So the other people were four white people.
Mhm.
And because I was like the in that department, I was like the most senior black,
Yeah.
junior as I was, but I was the most senior black there. So one day it was my turn to make coffee,
Mm.
and then I went to make coffee for my colleague. So as I was delivering it,
Mhm.
we had a counter. So at the counter, people coming to make queries about payroll and bonuses and all those things. So
Yeah.
I passed the counter having carrying coffee for white people. So
Yeah.
I went to deliver it to white people. So then the black people who were at the counter, they said, we thought you are working here, and you are busy making tea for white people. So,
You're the team man.
and from that day, I decided to stop drinking coffee because I realized when the other white people are bringing coffee to me, they are not there to see.
Yeah.
And then they're going to think, this black person we thought is going to help us, but he's busy making tea for white
For the
people.
white
So,
individuals, yeah.
so those were the days.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that experience was very, very important because when you had that type of an experience, you're able to relate to all different types of people.
100%.
And yeah, so I think in my later years, I think I have been always been privileged to meet a lot of people, to ask strangers to mentor me. And some of them will say yes, some of them say no, but but life goes on. So I always had an opportunity of engaging with people that under normal circumstances I wouldn't be able to engage with them. It takes courage, but once you get used to it, it becomes a little bit easier.
And just a quick one then, Dr. Matabane. When you're speaking of mentoring, which is something that's, I would say, underrated in our country, people don't really realize the importance or the value that one can actually get from mentorship. From your experience, I just want to get a quick idea of what it has done for you personally and on a professional level as well.
Yeah, it had a huge impact because firstly, you have to identify people that you don't know, and you have to. So it helped me it taught me to be able to be resourceful. So you'll see someone on TV or someone in the newspapers or someone somewhere, and then you say, "But I think I need to approach this person." So firstly, you must go and look for their details. You must look for their cell phone number and look for their email. Send them an email address. Okay, so send them an email. Some of them they don't respond. Some respond, but that teaches you something. That teaches you to be resilient. But also it teaches you to have courage to say if you need something, you must go for it yourself. And then once people have accepted, then you must also have an ability to have a conversation.
That's true.
Because someone can accept to meet with you, but what are you going to tell them? Let's say someone asks you, if the president of the country say, "I've got 30 minutes for you," what are you going to tell him?
Yeah, it's very scary.
That's something that interests that person. And then once you get there, then you need to click. Because if you have a relationship or mentorship type of a relationship that does not click, it becomes formal. Like 30 minutes meeting, after the meeting you leave and all those things because you don't click. But once you click, you end up almost you end up interacting on a personal level.
100%.
And the mentors then they start to introduce you to their own contacts, their own networks, which then opens more doors for you, and more opportunities for you for something that some of the things that you could not access yourself. So the informal because there are different types of mentorship. You can get the mentorship at the company itself. Usually that is like formal. And for me, I always preferred the informal ones because you can choose whoever you want to be mentored by. And some of the mentorship they've got like almost like an expiry date. After a certain time, you have nothing to talk about. So you move on and identify another person, and you meet with them. And if you are dealing with a certain issue, once the issue has been resolved, most of the time then you must find another person. But it helps you because also it develops and builds your own confidence that I can interact with any person that I meet, no matter how high they are, no matter how big they are, no matter how respected they are.
That's true.
You're able to interact with different types of people, and that helps you even when you're at the workplace where you have to manage people or be managed by people, because you are able to then deal with different characters.
That's 100% true. And speaking of different characters, I mean, if we are to be as blunt as possible or as open as possible, right? Now, let's talk different characters and let's look at the role that you play in your professional space, right? I would presume that apart from your colleagues within the same entity, there's other individuals that you would meet with on a professional level from different entities. And with that being said, I would presume that research and preparation play a key role in understanding how other individuals cope under certain circumstances, as well as yourself, to say, okay, should I be cornered or be placed in an uncomfortable position? How would I react to mitigate whatever situation that I'm faced with?
Yeah. Firstly, the important thing to have is what they call EQ, which is emotional intelligence, and then you have to read a lot, because like a typical day, for example, for me, let me just give you a typical day.
Yeah.
I'll have a meeting that discusses G20. I'll be addressing cricket South Africa on this other side. This other side, I'll be discussing competition commission matters. This side, there's a black person who had an arrangement with a white company who was complaining about the fronting. So now on this other side, I'm discussing the NHI bill. There's a public procurement bill this side. So one has to read a lot and research a lot, because at any given time, when you go for the interview, for example, which is live, you can't say when they ask you a question, say, wait a bit. Let me go and check.
Let me Google.
It was always great, yeah?
Yeah. No.
So when people see the final product, they don't basically appreciate and comprehend what goes behind the scenes. So on average, I think I sleep like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. And I've long decided that I'll take my kids to school every day if I'm around.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether I slept at 1, by 6:30,
you're already on the
I
road.
must be up, take the kids to school, because that's the only time that one has to be able to bond with them and discuss, and they're fighting for front seat, fighting for radio station, for this and this.
Yeah.
But that's how you are able to bond with them and understand them, and at least they're also able to understand you, because I realize if you don't do that, 1 minute they are 2 years old, 5 minutes later they're like 18 years old, and they found their own ways of cooking without you. So I do a lot of reading, because I meet a lot of people. I'll meet like a CEO of this company, I'll meet the minister of this, I'll meet the owner of this company, I'll meet an employee of this company. So I interact with from the shop floor to the top. I'll meet the union leader, and then whatever topic they're talking about, you should be able to at least have a conversation. Even if you may not necessarily know the technicalities, you can read that later. You must be able to have a conversation, which is not an easy thing, but I think with time you start to learn how to be able to be up to date and understand current affairs.
100%. Ramatabane, can we go for a 2-minute break? On my side. And then when we come back, I would like for us to discuss the economic impact that the golfing industry basically has in South Africa, and just to see where we are in relation to where we're supposed to be as a country when it comes to the world of golf.
Okay, thank you.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the large screens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Invisible Inc. Consulting, your gateway to financial success. We specialize in providing the best solutions to manage your finance and accounting, ensuring a better life for you and your business. Our expert team offers top-notch accounting and tax consulting services tailored to various industries, including but not limited to engineering, medical practitioners, in construction, non-profits, events management, attorneys and financial services. Experience the power of our best analytics, backed by a commitment to our clients and a high level of knowledge. At Invisible Inc. Consulting, we strive to deliver the best service you can get, making your financial journey seamless and rewarding. Choose Invisible Inc. Consulting for a brighter financial future. Your success our priority. Please visit us at www.invisibleinc.co.za to reach us. www.invisibleinc.co.za.
The Magician. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the one and only Balls and Tees. As I said, this is the hottest podcast when it comes to social golf in the entire world. And I am your host, Tony Tone, the one and only magician. Today, I am joined by the CEO of the Black Business Council, Mr. Kanki Matabane. And yeah, we've been having a lovely chat, and we're going to bring him back online so that we can go deeper. Mr. Matabane.
Ada?
Yes, thank you so much for that 2 minutes in that day, and I hope you refreshed a bit in those 2 minutes before we go into too deep.
There's always a little bit of time to relax. It's not an easy thing, but yeah. But I did try.
100%, I appreciate that. Now, Mr. Matabane, so today's heading is, or our subject today is basically pioneering and redefining golf's economic empowerment, right? Now, with that being said, over the years, I believe as a nation, we've seen an influx of black diamonds as well as females within the golfing space, which is something that I would say in the 90s was not so dominant, right? So now I just want to understand from where you're sitting as someone who's lived through the apartheid era up till now, what changes have you really seen with the integration of black people getting involved in certain sports? Let's not just talk about golf. I believe even rugby was very limited when it comes to black players being involved in that sport. And yeah, I just want to get a view from your side to say, okay, what have you seen that in terms of the economy, what has changed? Are we where we're supposed to be, or we still have a long way to go?
We've got a serious, serious way to go. Long way to go. Maybe let me give you an example with golf. So I play golf now and then, although my golf is not good. The balls are going this and this, so I take long when I play.
Yeah.
I think probably 20% of the time I'm looking for balls somewhere. So I get invited to pro-ams and all those type of things where I get to meet a lot of blacks who are trying to be professionals.
Yeah.
And those who are professionals, there are very few who are professionals. And the main reason why they are struggling to basically professionalize themselves and emerge.
Yeah.
Is that there are so many challenges when you are a black person. So I'll give you an example. We were at FENCOT.
Yeah.
There was like that 4-day a golf. The white people were on the same level with the blacks that are trying to be pros.
Yeah.
Will be sleeping there at FENCOT. They don't have to wake up too early in the morning. They flew there. They got money to buy clubs.
Yeah.
Their parents are sponsoring them and all those things. So a typical black golfer who stays, let's say where, anyway, maybe let's say stays in Tembisa.
Mm-hmm.
He has to travel to George.
Mm.
Probably they travel by bus. Bus takes 2 days or
Sure.
something.
Mm.
They can't afford to stay at Fencott itself.
Mm-hmm.
They must stay some maybe 10, 20 kilometers away from the
From the golf
place.
course, yeah.
So they can't even have time to go. The white people, after the game is done, they go and practice.
Mm-hmm.
The very same day at Fencott, they go and practice.
Mm-hmm.
The black one, the only time they meet the green is when they come and start.
Yeah.
But still, they have to wake up maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, get into 2 taxis. By the time they get there, they're already tired.
That's true.
And when they get there, they don't even have money to pay the caddies. They don't even have money to eat. They are stressed. So when you play any game, cricket, rugby, any game, you have to be free. You have to be free from thinking about problems.
Yeah.
So now imagine that person comes there, first hole, the tee, is still stressed by the taxi that maybe he has lost one of his equipment in the taxi. So the mindset already is not a relaxed mindset. So even if that person is naturally gifted,
yeah,
they won't be able to compete because the level playing field is not the same.
100%.
And then the same with cricket and rugby. So they take you from a school in Rustenburg, a school in Tlhabane, because there's no rugby in Tlhabane.
Yeah.
They then take you to a war school, Rustenburg. They put you in a boarding school there. It's a new culture because everyone else is like tough, Afrikaners, speak Afrikaans. So now you're being put there without the support. Cricket is the same. They take you from your school here, take you to some St. Stephen's or St. John's, and when you get there, everyone is rich. You are the only one who doesn't go home every weekend, or who doesn't go home when the school closes, because when you go home, you go back to a township. They view you as a privileged black, because then now you're at St. John's, you speak English with an accent. But when you're at St. John's, you're not accepted because you don't belong to those people. When you're at home, you don't belong to home. So you become like a person who belongs in the middle. And that thing, from a psychological point of view, is very, 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 very important, because then you can't fit in. You're trying to be someone that you're not. You can't be genuine.
Yeah.
So there are just so many obstacles for any black person who does not come from a rich family to succeed. And as you know, those who come from rich families are very, very, very few.
Yeah.
So what is needed is to develop specific schools in the township, and then in the rural areas, informal settlement, that are going to be specializing in certain sports. So if we say there are 2 schools in Tembisa that do cricket, then you identify all the good cricketers, you put them there who are playing. They'll be able to fit in. By the time you take them to St. John's at some stage, or St. whatever, at least they've learned discipline, they learned self-sustainability, they can fit in. And it becomes easier for them to be themselves. Because you have to build their confidence, you have to build an environment that is accommodating and accepting them. But unfortunately, as we're sitting now, that's why a lot of black golfers will be semi-professionals, but you never see them playing at the open playing in the US Poker and others, because there are just so many ceilings that you have to go through. Even if, for example, you are good enough, you still need sponsorship to go and play there. You need someone to say, no, I'll cover all your traveling costs, I'll cover all your accommodation costs, I'll buy all your equipment that you need, I'll buy you your gears, I'll get you a professional coach.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about anything. You only worry about playing ball. But now you with the challenges most of us have, and now for the black tax, by the time you leave home, there's no food to eat.
100%.
The little that you earn from playing golf, then you must send it home. So you just have so many obstacles that are basically against you succeeding.
No, I fully support what you're saying, Ramatavani, and I think this is something that as a collective, whether we are golfers or non-golfers, but I believe that like Setswana Secho Sere, ngwana o godiswa ke motse, ngwana ga swa motho a le mongwe, it's the entire village that raises a child. I think we need to start taking full accountability and responsibility for our own talent and do whatever we need to do as a collective to make sure that we do not lose or the talent doesn't fall into cracks. Because fact of the matter is, if we are to try to speak about financials only when it comes to sports in the country, then we'd be lying, because it's only about 1% of South Africans who are able to, or who have the means to take people to the next level when they're very good in sports. So I think from an etiquette point of view, like you said, if we focus on developing certain sports within our local communities and ensuring that we equip the children with whatever etiquette or values or whatever is needed when it comes to the sport, it prepares them for the future should they be spotted or should they get the sponsorship, so that they can easily integrate with the so-called elite within our community.
Yeah, the psychological part is very, very important, and we've seen it with the all of a sudden you had what? You've never had 100,000 in your bank account. All of a sudden you put 100,000 in your bank account. You become crazy.
Yeah.
you think, see, I want to go and show them. I want to. Those people who thought that I'll never make it, I must show them. And all of a sudden you are a celebrity. Everywhere you go, someone wants to talk to you. This and this and this. And if you were not properly prepared psychologically, that can run with you and can defocus you. And we've seen a lot of soccer players who are extremely good, but all of a sudden they are poor. But there's another side of the issue. So just to give you an example, there was a child in my village who passed matric and passed mathematics with A and physical science with A. So I, because I was not home then, I sent my sister to go and ask for her results, a copy of her results, so that I can send it to my friends to say, but this child has passed very well, doesn't have money for university and all those things.
Yeah.
and the parents refused and say, we've got so many beliefs. The parents refuse and say, you want to bewitch our kid.
Oh my.
And it's very sad, because like 2-3 years down the line, I went home, then I met her collecting firewood, and she was not able to get any bursary to go to any university. You can see it's a waste of talent.
That's true.
Because they start believe that no, these people want to do something with our kids. They want to steal our kids and all those things. Even the sport, you're going to find that those type of situations. So I'm not saying we need to stop, but I'm saying we need to be consistent of those type of things, because you can become hurt when you are trying to help someone, but they're taking it completely at the wrong context. So unfortunately, I will have to deal with those. But I fully agree with you that we, as a collective, we need to take accountability. And then what I've done from my side, I'm trying to organize the black golfers into some institution, because then it becomes easier to speak as a one voice.
100%.
And then we also, from the Black Business Council, we can help them to access certain things, because they'll be coming as a collective rather than coming as individuals, because then it's difficult to we can still help individuals, but when you come as a collective to say our issues are this, even the golfing association, the cricket association, the rugby association will be able to listen to them.
100%.
Even the Minister of Sport and other authorities will be able to listen to them. Much better. Even the sponsorship will be able to consider them in a very positive light, because you're coming as a group to say, we have this problem. How do we solve this problem? How do we integrate all of us here without behaving as if you are doing us a favor?
Yeah.
We have to integrate it as genuinely, because this is our country. We want to see our country working.
And I like what you're saying when you're saying approaching certain entities or bodies as a collective. Really, it speaks volume, because then you get the right audience and you speak with one voice. But I just want to find out, I mean, for people who have been through, what can I say, the generations from, let's say, the early 70s to now. Like you said, some people would say, no, you're trying to take away our kids from us or something like that. How can we best help them to realize the potential or the talent that their kids actually have? Because it's something when people are not informed or they're illiterate in a certain aspect of life. I believe that we have a responsibility as well, as much as we want to help, but we have a responsibility to help our elderly to also have different perceptions, because if I'm to be very honest, within black communities, we always hear, okay, go to school, study this, you'll get a job. But we far less notice talent, whether it be using your hands or whether it be in the sports field. It's always been shunned upon to say, what is soccer going to do for you? But if we look at the economy, the economy of sports worldwide, we can basically say that sport contributes quite a lot when it comes to in each and every single country's GDP. So I think what I'm trying to get to is, how do we then help change the perceptions or the mindset of our elderly citizens for them to actually realize the potential that their children have, and allow whomever is out there to help their kids?
I think what we need to try and do, like what I personally try and do, is to try and convince the parents, but more so speak to the kids and try to explain to the kids that this is your future, this is your career. If you do it well, you can only thank yourself later. I'm not saying you must disregard what your parents say, but you must always think about your own future, to say, I'm the one who's going to be living with whatever decision has been made now. Some of the kids, you are able to convince them because they can see it easily to say, but why am I not focusing on my own development? And others will always be saying, but if someone has got issues with my parents, at least they've got issues with me, and you can't win all the battles. So some of them just leave them and hope someone else will get them and try and convince them. Because sometimes, in life, you meet someone today, you've never met them before, but you don't like them.
100%.
And so if they have seen your face and say, but no, I don't like this person. So you allow them to be approached by other people and engage with other people, that they may have a positive relationship with them. But it's not an easy thing. And again, because of the history and where we come from.
Yeah.
A lot of black people, our generation, the generation before us, they are where they are because of education. So it's very, very difficult to then say to them, but Amapiano can be a career. Because for them, they always want certainty because they know once you've got a degree, it's yours. And no one is going to take it from you. So unlike when you go to Amapiano, you have one song, then after that is dry, or you go and play golf, you're running, you get injured or you get involved in a car accident, you lose your hand, and then now you can't play anymore. So I think we, our generations and before us, probably the focus is on negative things to say. Sure, we're risk averse.
Yeah.
You are always thinking, hey, I need something that can guarantee me something.
That's true.
That's why if you listen to most of them, they say, it's fine, you can do a cricket, you can do a golf, but finish your school.
That's true.
So the school becomes a backup system because where we come from, we majority of us, we don't have backup systems. We're actually the backup systems ourselves. So if your backup system, something happens to the backup system, you can imagine the negative impact that is going to have. So hence, I think the parents are always say, but no, get education first, then you can do your other things.
Yeah.
And then we don't have like a developmental, for example, with soccer, we don't have a similar developmental institutions like mainly in Europe. Because there they identify you like at a maybe 5-year-old playing soccer, then they put you in the academy, and then you can easily see at 10 years old, you can see this kid is going to be something. But we don't have that system here in South Africa. That's why it may just be important to say focus on your education, and by the time you finish your education, you are 20 something already don't qualify to compete with the Messis and the Lamar and others. You're already too old.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I just want to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and they're not too complex, but I believe for someone who plays golf and for someone who is in your position, I believe these are very interesting questions. They're very simple, straight to the call. All right. My first question.
Yeah. The questions may be simple, but the answers may be the challenge.
No. I promise. They won't put you in an uncomfortable position. So my first question goes as follows, right? Would you mind explaining the importance of etiquette in golf and how you've actually incorporated some of those core values in your professional life?
Yeah. Etiquette helps you with ethics. Remember when you are playing golf and then you are alone there, you discover your ball is like deep there. You can just pick it up and put it in a nice place and play. But it teaches you ethics that when you are ethical or when you are dealing with an ethical situation, you have to be true to yourself, even if no one is watching. And that helps you in business when you are faced with potentially unethical issues. You always tell yourself that no, the fact that no one is watching me and no one can see me, it doesn't mean this thing is not visible.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what etiquette basically teaches you, and it also teaches you discipline. Because if they say you must only come wearing shorts, and if you're not wearing shorts, they check you out. It tells you that in life there are rules. If you're supposed to be driving on the freeway, driving 120, you decide to drive 200. If you get caught, you'll be in trouble. So you must always discipline yourself.
Hundreds.
No matter what the car you're driving, if it's tempting or not. But discipline is very, very important.
All right. No. That was, you see, it was very simple. My second question goes as follows, right? if you were to pinpoint any piece of advice you've gotten, whether on course or off course, what would you say that is?
On course, on course, there are so many interesting things because someone will, someone will try to show you how to hit the ball, and then when it gets to their turn, they miss the ball. And yeah, but I think the biggest lesson for me is to be patient and not be too minded when you're taking decisions. Because I've seen many times I'll sit and say, but gee, which club can I use? And I take this one, the ball just goes here, and I'm thinking, sure, I should have taken my time and take the right ball, because of the right club to play. So it teaches you to say, for you to be able to make decisions, you need the right information.
100%.
You need the right equipment to be able to take proper decisions. You need the data. And you need to know that from here to the next hole is like 100 meters. Then what do you do when you're confronted with that type of a situation?
Awesome, 100%. Now, I'm going to ask you a double barrel question. Firstly, it would be, which golf events are your favorite to participate in? And secondly, what equipment do you never ever run short of in your golf bag?
Yeah, that's difficult. But the equipment is the one that I always have is the pad, because you can't use anything else there. Yeah, but I because I'm not a serious golfer.
Yeah.
I always enjoy fun golf days. So I hate playing with serious golfers. I think my philosophy in life is that either you are number one or you are just taking numbers.
Yeah.
So if I play with someone who's like number 20, but they want to behave as if they're number one,
Yeah.
it takes the fun out of the golf.
100%.
And then I always, when I get invited to golf, I always ask what type of golfers are going to be there. If this serious types who are going to be impatient with me, I always decline, because I always try to say wherever I am, I need to enjoy myself, because life is very short.
100%. 100%. No. That's the only questions that I had for you today. But before I let you go, Ndate Matabani, I always say to people that golfers are a loving bunch of people. Golfers are very giving. They've got kind hearts. Now, with that being said, would you mind sharing a piece of advice or any words of wisdom with our audience, whether it be in the professional space or whether it be in the social space, to say how do you navigate to remain sane in your space?
I think what I found to be to almost calm me down is to exercise. So I when I have time, besides the golf that I don't play that often and I'm not good at, I try to run run 5Ks, 10Ks, 21Ks. Because when you run, you've got enough time to be with yourself.
Yeah.
When you play golf, you are with other people, so there are always distractions in terms of spending time with yourself. But if you are running 10Ks,
all alone.
You can only talk to yourself.
Yeah.
So it gives me enough time to reflect. But exercise naturally it makes your body to be healthy. You don't get tired easily. As I said, I sleep very, very late. So exercise keep me to or assist me to be sane and be able to juggle all these other things that I'm doing. So I always advise people to say, don't be a one-dimensional person.
Yeah.
Even if your job is you're an audit type work, find some other thing that will distract you from audit.
100%.
And find a hobby that will give you also a different perspective, will give you a different stress. Because if you're dealing with a very, very difficult situation, and you just say, let me take a break of 2 hours and go and run 10Ks and come back. When you come back, you come back with a better decision making a mechanism, because your mind will have rested and will be more relaxed than if you were just sitting here, a one-dimensional, dealing with the same things on a daily basis. So for me, it's always important to be that type of a person who is able to, because that also gives you an opportunity to be able to read a lot and then be able to converse with anyone. So I can start a conversation with any person.
No, 100%. I couldn't agree with you more regarding that, Mr. Matawani, to say that if you can make time for yourself alone in your mind, then you're not just improving as a person, but you're also improving your interactions with other people. So I really, really value that. And we've come to the end of my aggressive questions or intricate questions. But I just want to say thank you so much once again, Ntate, for making time to join us tonight. And I believe that what you've shared with us, all the way from your history, how you got to where you are and what you've come across in life, as well as where you see things going or what needs to be done within our country. I believe that the audience has heard, and I hope to see changes within our spaces as individually and as collectives, to say, how do we then take people of color to a whole new level?
Thank you very much for your time. I hope people have learned. I've also learned a lot, because I also believe that wherever you are, you must be able to learn something.
100%.
And that's very important. But thank you very much for your time and inviting me.
Thank you so much, Ntate, and thank you to your loved ones for allowing us to steal your time as well.
I think they now understand, but I'll pass the message.
Thank you, Tate. Have a great evening.
Okay,
all right, bye.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. That was Ntate Khanki Matabane, the CEO of Black Business Council. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the end of our segment today, and I just want to go for 1 minute break before I come and share with you the upcoming events, which I believe that you don't want to miss out on. So give me that 1 minute. When I come back, I will share all the news with you, and then we can wrap up and start our weekend. The Magician.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the large greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
The Magician. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I just have to give a shout out to one of our top supporters, Loyiso Mapuma. So thank you so much for listening, and I really like your comment. I think that's something that I also picked up when Mr. Matawani said that it's either your number one or you're adding to the numbers. So don't act like you're number one when you're actually number 20. So guys, learn to relax and have fun when time and opportunity allows. We can't always be serious. Your mind also needs rest from the most serious things in life. And if CEOs are saying that they also find time to relax, that means it's very important for your brain to optimally function. So please relax a bit one day, or 2 hours, whatever, and make sure that you have as much fun as possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you the updates when it comes to the upcoming golf days. We've got the Ukubona Foundation third annual charity fundraising golf day, which is taking place on the 27th of August, and this will be at Renpark Firethorn. So just make sure that you check it out. It's Ukubona Foundation third annual charity fundraising golf day, and that will be on the 27th of August 2024. If you want more information regarding this event, please take down the details that I'm going to share now. Contact Mr. Gus Khadebe on 082 561 3851. I will repeat, it's 082 561 3851, and there's also Kilebukhile, whom you can also contact on 078 559 6412. Right, so that will be on the 27th of August, and that's at Renpark Firethorn. And then we've got the Steve Biko Golf Day that's taking place on the 15th of November. Guys, you have enough time. I'm talking 15th of November, so wherever you are, just make sure that you practice, and that will be at Waterkloof Country Club, 15th of November, the Steve Biko. So if you want more information regarding the Steve Biko Golf Day, which is taking place on the 15th of November, please go to lesibogolf.tv. I repeat, it's lesibogolf.tv. LESIBOGOLF.tv. You can register there. There's great packages that you can actually purchase. And man, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to playing and being a part of that Steve Biko Golf Day. I want to play with doctors. I want to engage with people in the medical field, because if we are to be very honest, without them, where would we be? They take care of us. Let's take care of them as well. So that's the Steve Biko Golf Day on the 15th of November, 2024. If you want more information around that event, go to lesibogolf.tv. lesibogolf.tv. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our segment, and I am the one and only magician, a classic man, the boy with a lot of flair. I am Tony Tone, and the weekend has officially started. If you're working tomorrow, and easy. If you're working on Friday, please make sure that you go onto our social media platforms and talk to me. Let's see how we can help you. Further to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you that should you want to amplify your entity and you want people to know about your services, contact us so that we can help you run an advert, or we can help you with regards to strategizing on how you can get to where you need to be. I am signing out, the magician, one and only, Balls and Tees. Make sure that you follow us, share with your friends, and invite more people into the golfing space. Let the weekend begin. The Magician.